Hello everybody and welcome back into Diecast Driven. We're going to cap off the 2025 NASCAR season with a look at its first race winner today. As you can see here, we have William Byron's 2025 Daytona 500 race-winning car. This is a Chevrolet quote-unquote Camaro that he drives for Hendrick Motorsports, and as you can clearly see, it's covered in confetti from the 500. So the race that took place on February 16th this year was at Daytona International Speedway, and Byron started 5th, won the race. He only led 10 laps, but he seemed to be kind of up front battling all day. He did fall back in the pack a little bit at times. I was very ecstatic, obviously, that he won this race in the second year in a row. The way that he did win it was, I don't know if you'd call it controversial. He found a gap on the last lap as the leaders were crashing. He was in the top 5 and he was able to scoot through the melee and end up taking the checkered flag. It was kind of weird because NASCAR left it green, but it should have probably went under caution because of the amount of carnage and damage that was on the backstretch at the time. But there was controversy all weekend with, should NASCAR throw a caution? Should they not? When is the right time? And they screwed it up in, I think it was the Xfinity race, or maybe it was the Duel. One of the two races, they really botched the end of it in typical NASCAR fashion. But anyway, this diecast is a Lionel RCCA Elite Premier diecast. So you can see under the hood, we have the tethers that are holding it. In case of a wreck, the hood would fly off, but the tethers hold it on. You have the Chevrolet emblem with the carbon fiber wrap adorning the intake and airflow boxes. And then as the car rotates, you can see that we also have tethers underneath the roof flaps as well as the rear deck lid or trunk of the car. These diecasts are much heavier. You can actually feel the difference between the Elite Premier and just the standard Elite when you pick them up, which we'll get to here shortly as this one's done rotating. But this car, it's a fantastic paint scheme. I really like the colors. They pop and they look really good. There is some damage you can see there on the right rear quarter panel. Why did I hit the camera? Okay, whatever. It shook a little bit. But and then the other thing about this car is you notice on the passenger side back window, there's a second fin that goes down the glass. And that was added to the cars to help prevent them from rolling over. And they reflected that on the diecast. So it was a really good job by Lionel to include that detail in these cars. And this car just turned out beautifully. But I think there's one more version of it that's more beautiful. And here it is, the gold version. Now, it's interesting that the Elite Premier diecast that we just looked at was, I don't remember exactly how expensive, but it's not cheap. But the gold version is even more expensive. And on top of that, the gold version is only an RCCA Elite diecast. It's not a Premier Elite. But regardless, it has pretty much all of the same outward details that the Elite Premier had. It's a little bit lighter when you pick it up, but overall, same quality. I would say Lionel has done really well with kind of getting their quality back in check. This car and the one previous in this video turned out really good. I didn't have any complaints with them. I thought everything about the cars turned out fine. And obviously you can see how the light shines off of the gold finish for this car. It's part of the Thursday Thunder, I guess you could call it tradition or whatever they call it, but it turned out really good. And the gold, this is only the third William Byron gold car in my collection. As the hood opens, you can kind of see that there's nothing underneath it, but I have last year's Daytona 500, the 2024 gold car, and then his Martinsville Pods car from 2023. I made a custom of that. That was earlier on in the channel's history. So the one drawback about this particular car, especially compared to last year's gold car, is just the amount of gold that is on it. A lot of this car particularly is covered up with decals, and I mean the confetti to some degree, but as you see here, the entire back panel is all a decal, and pretty much all down the sides, halfway up the door, is a decal as well. So it does cover up a lot of the gold finish, but it still looks really good. This one, obviously, being gold and Thursday Thunder, was more expensive than the other one, but, you know, sometimes it is what it is. And as we wrap this video up, I just want to say, I hope Byron wins the championship this weekend. I still don't like the point system. I think it's changing for next year, but we're going to wrap the season up at Phoenix, and hopefully next week's video is a positive one where we can talk about a good champion winning the whole thing. So all four are kind of deserving, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good weekend. Enjoy the race, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.